Hey there, it's Phoenix Amore. So we're going to call this video Clearing the Air. Now it is a new year. So instead of allowing any further confusion about a lot of the things that kept on happening, I'm going to verbally address some of this stuff in this video. Of course, not saying names because, I try not to get to that petty level. But I do notice, and I think a lot of people have noticed, sometimes when you address stuff directly with folks, it depends on their personality. They take offense and then they get vindictive. So there had been this air of vindictiveness for the longest with some of the residents around where I live, because a lot of there was a couple of single mothers with kids around my son's age, and stuff was happening and getting broken and stuff like that. And it's annoying as a parent when you can be the one to say, well, I know, yeah, he did that. And they take things, some of them took it the wrong way, like the time they went through the trash. And I'm like, that's actually illegal, right? It was not trying to get him out of trouble for wherever he supposedly left the trash. It's simply, that's actually illegal. I'll get on him about the trash, but really that's more of, who are you? I don't know you. You could have been digging through my mail looking for personal information using the excuse that we found this trash. So you have to sometimes take people a step back and go, no, no, don't get it twisted. We know also stories about apartment personnel that have stolen people's identities and done all kind of crazy stuff. So understanding in the same breath, I'm looking like, yo, why are y'all in my trash? So this is again a good conversation to have on video so people can hear my perspective on stuff. So then naturally you had the one, I guess, thought it was funny, start trying to make it seem like Xavier was doing stuff. Y'all see, I shut that down because I'm like, I don't know who is getting the kick or thought they were going to continue to start all that drama and think it was going to continue and me not address it. So there's been some weird happenings to go on here. And as you know, the way I handle stuff, I'm going to be like, yo, that's not him. I took the picture and I handled it. Now, the way you shut drama down is just like I do. When I address now because I said something about a box that didn't make it and I didn't get an email and da. Now it's going to be, see, she's always blaming. No, I said exactly what I meant. There's something going on with the shipping with that box. We already know somebody been trying to annoy me or do whatever, or say whatever about me. So we're not dumb when we know, okay, how did her package out? Everybody's gets delayed. Don't care. It's gotten here. I picked it up. Had the cool conversation with that girl. Now all of a sudden I put the box out where it's normally supposed to go. It didn't get picked up. But since you know history and you know how somebody has a tendency to keep stirring that pot with that drama, you stop and you say, you know what, let me address this now. Pick the box up, because you know that's exactly where everybody puts their boxes. I was courteous enough not to put it down a little chute, right? But this is also me checking people too. Don't start blaming stuff on people when you don't know what's going on. I almost feel like you need to put some damn cameras in the damn garage or something, because it would alleviate some of these issues where all these finger pointings with these kids and whatnot. And if you have silly parents, what they'll start doing is like, it wasn't my son, it was her son. And then at the end of the day, it's just this drama that kept on going. So for me, I'm that type, I will shut it down and call it for what it is. Now, for the longest, if you guys remember, I was that parent that would be outside and watching and seeing and all this kind of stuff, but I was objective. And at some point, I stopped doing that. But there's been points where I had to be like, that wasn't even Xavier. So the interesting thing with this, and this is where I call it clearing the air, the kind of parenting that I do, okay, and do what you want to do. But have you ever noticed sometimes you have these silly people who start to label one child away, and it's like their minds are so stuck that this child is away? That's their delusional aspect again, to where they'll spend more energy trying to prove their point about that one child. That one child ain't never going to change. Da, da, da. And sometimes what they were even wrong about the child or that person to begin with. So now you got this delusion, and this is where I was going again when I started speaking about my family, and I'm like, yo, y'all didn't know me. So family was a little delusional in some capacity about who I am. So all this clearing of the air is great. I'm glad to be able to verbalize this stuff to everybody. And hey, again, I'm looking forward to keep putting my videos out. Yes, I'm going to be putting some more tarot videos out. Actually, I'm probably going to do a few today because I'm feeling in a good mood and doing that. And yes, I will be on doing readings. Take care.